This video will remind you how to geocode addresses in ArcGIS Pro. So I have in Pro added a table of addresses. Let's open it and look at it. This is a very simple table. It only has 9 addresses. These were tag sales, or you might call them garage sales or yard sales, that were held on one weekend in the greater New Haven area. So the table is broken down by street, city, and state, and we see a few problems right off the top. There's a space before CT here. There's a space before Hamden. The zip code column is all messed up because Connecticut zip codes should have a leading 0, and when this table was imported, it interpreted this column as numeric. So we lost the leading 0, and here we don't have a zip code at all. We could add a new field, make it text type, copy these values over here with a leading 0, but in this case it's not going to be worth it because these are fairly simple, straightforward addresses to geocode. So let's close the table. To geocode, you right-click on the table you want to geocode and choose Geocode Table. And then the rest of it is a pretty simple workflow. Took a minute for the workflow to load, but it's a wizard. You just follow the steps. So first you tell it what table you want to geocode, and are the addresses stored like we have it in more than one field, or are they all cramped together where the entire street, city, state, and zip are shoved into one field? Here we have more than one. Now you have to pick your address locator. The default one with Pro is the World Geocoding Service. If I select that, a little gold coin appears here. And that gold coin reminds you that this geocoding service costs credits. Now, if I want to make sure I have enough credits to geocode 9 addresses, I can go to my ArcGIS Online account up here, and look at my profile. And down the bottom somewhere, it shows my credit balance. I have 73 credits. You can think of these as dollars, and I believe each address you geocode is 10 cents, which is no big deal if we're geocoding 9 of them, but if you have data sets that run into the millions, could actually be a real problem. But we can certainly afford to do 9 of them. Next, it asks us to verify the names of the fields in our table and how they correspond. It does a good job of guessing. The only one I'm going to change is zip, because our zip field was kind of messed up. I'm just going to say that we don't have one. Give it a name to save, add it to the map. I don't think this makes any difference at all. I usually use address location. I don't think there's any reason to worry about it. We are in the United States. I guess that just makes it faster, so it doesn't have to check Afghanistan. And then I never set this. So finish, and then run. And it ran very quickly. It matched 8 and there was 1 tie. And the only thing I really want to check on is, let's just see that one that had a space before the word Hamden. I think this would be the one that is in Hamden, 20 Rose Street, Hamden, Connecticut. So if we zoom down in on it, let's see, there is Rose Street, and it falls right on top of one of the houses. I'm presuming that's number 20. So the space before Hamden didn't matter at all. Now, if you don't want to use credits, There are free online geocoding services. I'll direct you to the Texas A&M one, which we have stored in Piazza, so you have it. This is a particularly good one. They let you do fairly large quantities, but you might have to break it into smaller batches. You would use batch geocoding, and the first thing it will ask you to do is upload a table and validate that table, and then you should be able to use it for geocoding.